Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So obviously, we come back up today. We hit our daily target from this morning, right? We were looking for last week's high, not last week's high, but last Friday's high, right here this morning, based on what we were seeing overnight, right? So this was last week's high, and what did I say this morning? I said we're gonna watch. Let's see if I can find it here. I said we're gonna watch this, right? We're gonna watch this 4 hour fair value gap down here. As long as that holds, then that means price should draw right back up to a previous day low or a previous day high. Depending if it's a bullish or a bearish. In this case, it was a bullish 4 hour. The condition was if that hold, then we go back up here, right? But remember this morning we were coming in and it was okay. Well, this is 50% back up, right? Like when I made the AM video this morning, we had just tapped 50 right in here. So it's like, okay, well, if we start to displace over, which we started to see here, um, if we start to displace over, then we know for sure the draw is up here. But then we also had something else though, right? This just proves like this market just moves 50, right? We had 50% up, and then look, we hit if we look here, boom, boom, here's 50, and then we move back lower, right? So um 50 lower back to the highs here. So and then you see no real displacement over Friday's high. What does that tell us? It tells me that we're probably leaning bearish going into tomorrow, and the reason for that is this: if we look at the weekly chart, what do you guys see? Remember last week we had a weekly order block that we did not come down to, sitting right here. It's so hard when you have these higher time frame PD rays below that are going to want balance. The market is going to come back eventually. Now you see last week we made weekly fair value gap, and look where that sits, right, with this weekly order block, right? So let's look at this. Look from that week's low to here. Look where weekly 50% sits, right at that 23.55, right at that weekly FEG, right down into that weekly order block. Now, we're not expecting this yet. Like we're not bearish here yet until what? Our condition from last night is proven otherwise, right? Because you see, today we bounced what out of this 4 hour again, right? We bounced again. You see how this continues to support price. So what we're going to be watching tonight is this. We're going to be watching. Let's go to the hourly here, and you see we have hourly FVG sitting right here, right? A tiny little guy as well. So if we end up crushing through this, you also got an hourly order block, right? But I'm going to be watching 50%. Look where 50% sits, right with that hourly FEG. That will tell us everything going into tomorrow. So if we reject here overnight, expect to tap that 4 hour again. If we inverse that 4 hour, then our target is down here, and then I expect us to, which this is where the weekly FEG sits, right? This low weekly FEG sits here, and then we because this was last week's low, right? And then weekly order block here, FEGs in here, and then we can potentially look for a long back up out of here. But first, we need to make sure we actually reject from here, because we could absolutely just crush through here, take the high here. Which if we come up and take yesterday's high again, I'm gonna say that we're going back to all-time high. So really, it all comes down to what happens here at hourly 50% tonight. And so the condition tonight is displacement over yesterday's high, or we inverse this 4 hour down. Wake up tomorrow, we're crushing through the 4 hour weekly order block, weekly FEG are the target. If we're displacing over this high, right back up to all-time highs we go. So pretty easy with that. Like I said, I don't think there's any big news tomorrow. So just stay on your toes, risk management on, and we'll catch you guys in the morning.